Season 3 of the UnTold Truth. This one's different. This isn't about the stories anymore. It's about transformation. It's about what happens after the pain, after the setbacks, after the moments nobody else sees. The UnTold Truth is the space where real people have real conversations about healing, about growth and purpose, and becoming who you were always meant to be. This season, we're going deeper, more honesty, more perspective, and more truth. Because at the end of the day, it only takes each one to reach one to teach one. And your story, it might be the one that changes everything. Welcome back to the UnTold Truth. I'm your host, Joshua Brinkley. And today I have Antonio Henderson with me. What's going on, Antonio?
How you doing, bro?
Good to see you, bro. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, first things first, again, this is season 3. We like to talk about the untold truth, things that people don't like to talk about, things that are, kind of disturbing, but at the same time need to be talked about in order to get to that next level, in order to move forward. First things first, we'll jump into the bio, and then we'll get into these questions. Antonio Chef Henderson is a private chef, culinary consultant, and entrepreneur from Richmond, Virginia, known for creating elevated dining experiences rooted in storytelling and connections. His journey began with humble beginnings and a passion discovered at M Bistro Wine Bar, which led him to high-end culinary spaces in Miami and eventually to becoming a private chef for Trey Songz. Since then, he has executed over 2,500 weddings, luxury events, serving elite clientele, including athletes, entertainers, and high network individuals. For Chef Henderson, he's never just about food. It's about creating unforgettable experiences where every dish tells a story. All right. So appreciate you being here today, bro.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So we're going to jump into these questions. Again, one thing about the untold truth, it's really about encouraging others, also bringing on like-minded people. People that are ready to excel in life, people that are ready to learn from others and possibly teach somebody else. So first question here, where are you from, Antonio?
Richmond, Virginia, born and raised, man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Out there, and I was born MCV.
Okay.
I was with my mom. My grandma got me around like a little younger and stuff. So Richmond is definitely home. Chesterfield.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So Chesterfield area, you grew up in the Chesterfield area. That's what they consider the South Side, right?
Yeah, the South Side.
Yeah.
Or South Side.
South Side.
That's
Yeah.
it.
So how was it like growing up on that side of the water?
So I kind of grew up like going towards like Chester, like Willis Road, right?
Okay.
Like Thomas Dale area.
Right.
Right. So it was different because I was in the neighborhood, but I was always still like under like my grandma and them, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was definitely like an old school, like I guess your 90s type of everybody growing up in the cul-de-sac playing basketball,
Yeah.
riding bikes and climbing trees,
Right. Yeah.
stuff like that. So
Yeah.
it was like outdoor stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of, I notice a lot of people who I bring on, are my age, right? So a lot of them say that same thing where it's like we grew up where we went outside as kids. Kids nowadays, they like to, they like to play the video games outside and not see too much. Yeah. So, so what high school did you go to?
So I went to private school
Okay.
up until 10th grade.
Okay.
Private school, 9th grade, I went to Commonwealth Christian in Southside, and then we moved a little bit further up Courthouse, and then I went to Manchester and graduated from Monica.
Okay, Monica. Okay. All right. And what was it like, I guess growing up in a private school?
Very different, very different. I would say I was begging my grandma to take me out of private school, because I thought that, living the life, being in the world was going to be much different. But when I got to private school, it definitely was. It kind of opened me up in a good way and also kind of, in a mischievous way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was kind of cool seeing different people other than like church people. Very like
Yeah.
You know, so cookie cutter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when I went to Manchester in 10th grade, I went from a school from like 300 people to like almost 2,000 people.
Oh wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was definitely a shock.
Yeah, for sure. A culture shock. I mean, that's 10x right there. You know.
For sure.
So yeah, I've always wondered what it's like to go to private school, but you know, I went to Freeman public school and stuff like that. I don't remember how many kids it was, but I remember it being a lot of people in one space. Yeah.
My first day of public school, walked through them halls,
Yeah.
all the people in that,
Yeah.
from the graduation class was like 20, 25 people.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. That's crazy. Now, did you go to what did you do after high school?
So I think any guy that don't really have a set path in life, I was trying to really figure out what I wanted to do. I went to school for criminal justice. I wanted to be a police officer and all that stuff. So I took a part-time job, like armed security. You know,
Security. Okay.
I thought that was cool. They gave me a gun.
Yeah.
I was 19 years old.
Right.
And yeah, that kind of put me in a situation, life changing experiences, put me in a situation where I realized that's not what I wanted to do. One day I was at work, long story short, people in the neighborhood would call and we used to have to like report like the police, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we would be there first sometimes and like, stand around if the police is there. But we got there, it was like active shooting, you know?
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, dang, so
So this your first. Hold on, tell me.
this is honestly 3 weeks working in the at the job. Like I'm thinking it's cool,
Yeah.
okay. I'm a kid, So I thought it was cool wearing all that stuff, and
Yeah.
the situation came.
Until it.
Situation came, and yeah, man, and my partner, AJ, saved my life, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got tagged in the shoulder,
Oh, did you? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe we talked about it. It's kind of what went over my head. Yeah.
Got tagged in the shoulder immediately. I said, nah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So a couple of weeks after that, dropped out of school. You know what I'm saying? No more criminal justice, and it was kind of just bouncing the job to job, trying to figure it out.
Yeah. So what? I mean, being tagged. You say tagged in the shoulder, right? So for for, for the viewers, what that means is he's been shot before. And so how, walk me through that. How was that? Was it life changing? Was it?
Definitely life changing, humbling.
Yeah.
Very humbling. Very scary. Kind of like put me in like place to not like think a little bit more before I do anything. Before I make the next decision or walk through a door, like different things like that. Just like let me more aware, more primarily aware that I don't want to do that job and getting shot at. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I don't know. I was just young and dumb into kicking doors, bro.
Yeah.
And then basically just kicking the wrong door.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, yeah, that's tough. My thing is, I've always been the type of person where, because my dad used to always tell me, keep your head on the swivel.
Yeah.
You never know what's going on around you. And as we get older, it's almost like it's more prominent now because, the young kids nowadays, they be ready to shoot first.
Yeah, ain't no more fighting.
Ain't no more fighting.
Ain't no more fighting.
Ain't no more fist fight.
Yeah, so the thinking is definitely different.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's great. That's great.
Yeah. So, I guess going to, talking more about your upbringing. Me and you both grew up in the same church together.
Right.
What was it called?
Ephesus.
Yeah, Ephesus. I just drew a blank right now. Yes, Ephesus is the church we grew up in.
Yes, sir.
So how was that for you growing up?
I mean, that's kind of like that was me growing up. You know what I'm saying? And my great grandmother, she was a deaconess. She was working at the school. She was the kitchen lady.
Mhm.
I was at church every day.
Yeah, you was in there heavy, bro.
And I hear people, oh yeah, I was at church when my grandma did this, and my mom did this, I did this. Like, nah, bro.
Nah, you don't know what that actually entails.
I was in church every day. So,
Yeah.
And I actually did almost anything you could do in a church, from singing the choir, playing the instrument, working with community service. I was a junior deacon,
Yeah.
things I did so much stuff in the church, man, I kind of forgot.
Yeah.
So, but I loved it because like it prepared me for who I am right now. You know what I'm saying? Like when I get like a little lazy or get a little like distracted, it kind of like those were definitely the blocks that helped me direct me in my right path.
For sure. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I can see how that was because again, I mean, we talked about this off camera, but I mean, if there was a definition for a pathfinder, it would be you. You know?
man, that was crazy. I wanted to be a pilot so bad. I was like 7 years old. Went downstairs. They was having a little meeting.
Yeah.
Joe Johnson was like,
Yeah. Come on.
"Come on in, man." Ever since then,
Yeah.
I was in there. Then like, doing all the parades, doing all the camping, all the
He was at every event of
every event, every pre-event, every post-event, all that.
Yeah.
But being at church was a lot of fun. The people you meet, it's a lot of people that different personalities, and the structure of the church was very needed for me. I don't know if I complain about it, but I needed that.
Yeah.
All that between my grandma giving me whippings all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, I would get in trouble a lot, but
Yeah.
I was,
Yeah.
got into some stuff.
Yeah. You was a kid.
Same,
You was a
but
kid. Yeah.
I appreciate that church. I love the church.
Yeah.
That church.
You used to,
What they was trying to give.
Yeah. You still go? Often?
I haven't been though,
Yeah.
working all, but that's not an excuse.
Yeah. No. Yeah. No. I mean, it is. But
Other things.
Yeah. And for me, I don't want to kind of go down talk about too much religion, but I think growing up as a Seventh-day Adventist, it's a different lifestyle. People don't really understand, what that entails, especially if you're doing it the way you're supposed to.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's very it's hard.
It's hard. Yeah, it's tough.
It's
tough.
it's hard. It's really you be like, oh, I like for example, a lot of people like, oh, they have a lot of experiences as high schoolers, I never been to a football game.
Yeah.
Never.
Never.
Until 2 years ago.
I was
working on a food truck and I brought it to a football game.
like in high school.
Yeah, football game.
College Springs. Yeah, that don't lit well.
Lit. I'm missing all this. You know what I'm saying? So then with the religion, Friday nights, all the games on Friday nights. You know what I'm saying? Friday night, Sunset Friday to Sunset Saturday.
Yeah, you can't do
It's all the fun back in it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but we ain't doing none of that. Even the food, down to the food.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Very disciplined. Like it was a lot as a kid.
Yeah.
A kid.
Yeah. Anything you do for a certain period of time becomes normal, right?
Right.
So, it may seem difficult. I think the main thing I struggled with that was the simple fact that we have friends, right? And all your friends get to eat the pork. They turned up on a Friday, my mom wasn't that strict with it, but I played sports, so I would play on Saturday, play on Friday. I played football too. So she was kind of lenient when it came to that because she saw a future for me in that. But 100%. I mean, we still abided by that though, on Fridays. And when that sun goes down, turn that TV off.
All the cooking already done on Thursday.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So they ain't cooking. We ain't looking at no TV.
Yup. No.
Like for real, it puts some light on, no electricity.
Yeah,
None of that stuff.
yeah.
All that stuff. It gets really,
Yeah.
get really strict.
Yeah, really strict. Yep. But you're right though. It teaches you those values that your average person don't really understand and some people might never understand.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. But yeah, it was definitely a tough upbringing, but at the same time, you take your benefits from it and leave everything else where it's at.
Right on the table.
Yeah.
On the table.
Yeah. Going into your career, what's the steps in becoming a successful chef?
That's a tough question though.
Yeah.
'Cause I always believe every chef has their own experience, their own goals. And I always say everybody's in the kitchen. Nobody's in this kitchen for the same reason. You know what I'm saying? The steps though, I didn't go to school for culinary, and I would never say not to go to school for culinary.
Yep.
My let's say my interest to the hospitality or the restaurant was washing dishes, like part-time job and stuff like that. So I would say that before this, the main step is love
Know what you doing.
Love what you do for you. Have a goal.
Yeah.
Have a goal. There's no going there like, hey, I like to cook. Don't do that.
That ain't gonna cut it.
That's not, you're gonna give up. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna give up. It's not about cooking. It's at all. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta dig deeper in why you're in the kitchen, why you want to do this. Because if just cooking or making some bread,
Yeah.
you're not.
You might as well just go ahead and go to town.
I'm not gonna survive because there's gonna be some times where it gets dark, bro. And you gotta hold on to that passion.
Yeah.
Keep it going, bro.
Yeah.
Staying consistent is hard.
Yeah. So you would say there's really no, and answer to the question, there's really no path. There's no steps. Yeah.
You really have to create your own path.
Yeah.
I went in not knowing I want to be in a restaurant. I went there looking around, looking at all the cool people, looking at all the people getting burnt up, looking at all the dirty dishes and all that stuff. I'm like, dang.
Yeah.
I like it here. You know what I'm saying? Washing dishes, looking at I look at the dish like, dang, this don't lick the plate clean. You know what I'm saying? Next junk come out, they got all the food on the plate. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't understand the food or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So I started at the bottom. Bruntwood.
Yeah.
So I was looking at the line different. I was like, dang, I kind of like what they're delivering. Not the food, but the experience. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's kind of like what drove me, just trying to give the people the experience, bringing up moments in their past or their life that make them connect with the food. You know what I'm saying? So it's a message behind every plate. So.
Yeah, it is. I'm big on food, you know. In fact, we will have you cook here soon. And I appreciate you doing that. Actually, yesterday was my birthday. And so appreciate it. Yeah. So but yeah, in response to what you said, I think of a kitchen that's organized chaos. You know, because everybody know what's going on, but it looked crazy in the moment, you know.
Trusting the process.
You gotta trust the process. Yeah. So who are some of the celebrities you cook for?
And I've been blessed, man, for being so
Yeah.
So I want to say 2017, I was working at a beautiful resort. It was called the One Hotel South Beach.
Okay.
Beautiful. Go look it up.
Sure.
You'll see celebrities all the time, from like people that you've heard of, people you don't know. They got more money than people you heard of. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People that you wouldn't dream of seeing in trillions of years, bro. Like, or walk through the front door, no pressure.
Yeah.
So I don't know why, but I was on break. I was in front of the restaurant, in front of the hotel, but not in the actual kitchen.
Yeah.
And I was in the front just talking to somebody, and the front desk person said, hey, could you show a guest a room?
Yeah.
I'm like, a room?
Yeah. What you mean? Yeah.
All right, well, whatever. So I'm talking to the guy. Guy's mad cool. We just, talking, and then I tell him where I'm from. I said, hey, I'm not actually from Miami. I'm from Richmond, Virginia. Okay. Like, oh, for real? And he seemed very, very, like,
intrigued about that.
Intrigued, like, kind of a little excited. And I was like, all right, cool. He's like, I'm from Miami, you know what I'm saying? But I'm a private security for a lot of celebrities. I was like, oh, what is it? My main celebrity is Trey Songz.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, work? That's what's up.
Yeah.
I was like,
he from the bird.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, he's a legend. He's like, I already know. I said, all right, cool, So, me and him chatted up, know.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I know Trey, he was in the city that night, he was going like a concert or whatever, little show probably. And I was like, I was just trying to, sauce up some tickets or something, you know what I'm saying? Being cool and stuff. And then I gave him my number, said, hey, call me if, whatever. Bro, like, I got for work, on my way home.
He hit you up.
Man, dude, call me.
That's what's up.
Like, call me, I saw him on my phone, like, got excited.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna get these tickets, like, go out tonight, you know what I'm saying? Probably meet Trey, whatever.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, chef, you wanna come to the mansion tonight and cook for Trey? Trajectory was like, I was like, yeah. Just send me information, cool.
Yeah.
I think I hung up in his face. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, sitting in the car, just like, this stop sign, like, literally a block from the crib, like, processing everything. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
I want to cook for Trey.
About the school.
So, literally, send me info, got my food, got my tools.
Yeah.
Pulled up, beautiful.
Yeah.
Mansion.
Yeah.
Driver and stuff like that, on the water and stuff. Came in, big ass kitchen, cooking in the kitchen. Nobody was there, you know what I'm saying? So, I was chilling. And then bro walked in the kitchen and that was kind of like a humbling experience. Met bro, within 5 minutes, you were locked in and
Yeah.
very, very good guy, very down to earth. You know what I'm saying? He's representing Richmond, Richmond, Virginia all day for sure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So 100%.
100%. But after that first time, I thought it was a one-time thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He doubled down, tripled down.
But coming back next, he's like, hey man, he wants you to come in the next
That's
day.
just good as hell.
You know what I'm saying? Man, after that, basically I quit my job. I was cooking for him. He introduced me to the people that he was renting the houses.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And that kind of really like took me to the really nice level because they were the people with like different type of money. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not the name, but the money. You know what I'm saying? So that was the interest to that. But after Trey Songz, Jennifer Lopez, Kevin Hart, Migos, I cook Adidas events, IBM, Google events. I've done like Art Basel in Miami. I've done Sobe wine festivals. I've cooked for politicians. I can't really say.
Yeah.
I cook for like security clearances, stuff like that. Oh, Michael Jordan.
You Michael Jordan?
Michael Jordan. So
some
that
people
was
call him the GOAT.
No, I think he is.
Yeah.
That story was crazy itself because I was cooking for a hedge fund manager. And I was seeing things. I was in Boca Raton, like you know what I'm saying. So it was a different type of like dang, Miami fun money. This is real, like it's different. Like it's real, like dang, like. Anyways, I was at this guy's house cooking for him. I had to make a store run with my buddy. We was in, we're the private shots there. As we come back into the neighborhood, right? It's $1 billion neighborhood. These houses, like
stupid real.
Like his one of his rental properties, his guest house, whatever, it was $60,000 a month to rent. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I said,
okay, yeah. That's somebody's salary for a year.
This is going off on a rent. Yeah, nobody's really stay there. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
So I was like, okay, put me in my place and kind of put me like where who I'm rubbing shoulders to where I can do. So we driving back, see this black out bike.
Yeah.
I'm like, I didn't see no black people
out
here.
Yeah.
So I make a joke. My homeboy, his Asian. So I make a joke like, oh, that's my dad. I can tell the dude was bald head. So we driving and bro gets like, he's on the bike, and he lifts his head up. And me and my boy just look and it's like, and we get quiet. We pass him and we drive at least like half a block. And I look at him like, bro, was that Michael Jordan? I said, I think it was. I said, I think I just saw Michael Jordan, bro.
On the bike.
Bro, I lost it, man.
Yeah.
So we pull up to the house and I go to the house. The house sister, I'm like, yo, I just saw Michael Jordan. She says, oh yeah, he lives next door.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
That's tough.
So the guy I guess I don't know he came over, but it was Thanksgiving. He came over just to like talk to the person I was cooking for and taste the food. He liked it.
Yeah.
And he asked me to come cook for him.
Wow.
And I got to cook Thanksgiving for him for like 2 or 3 things.
That's crazy.
And he was very proud of it,
Yeah.
But down to earth guy, Chip.
Yeah. That's dope.
Yeah, that was right there. It was like, I want to say like the first time I was probably like humbled all the way where like I was living the dream, man.
Yeah.
Living the dream and I knew my purpose after that.
Yeah.
Like, that's when I got a contract signed. I got an LLC. It was just beautiful out there, bro.
Yeah.
It was beautiful, man. Just cause how I started off like cooking, like when I first started off, I was in a dish pit. I saw how everybody was like I said, organized chaos was on the line. I was like, yo, nobody's talking.
Yeah.
Everybody's just, looking around. Everybody knows. Everybody's in sync, bro. Like, cause some people don't realize you get a lamb chop plate. It comes with a starch and a veggie. It's 3 people cooking your plate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That means they got to communicate silently.
Yeah.
Hey, meat got to go down first.
Yeah.
The other 2 got to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm 2 minutes out on that. circus that come out, like, and I thought that was really cool. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, it was all over the place, but it was really cool.
Yeah.
So one day, the chef at M Bistro, Michael Hall, good guy, so Michael, what's up? Gave me a shot.
Okay.
You know, wasn't really that busy, but he gave me a shot.
Yeah.
And I was so nervous, bro. But I thought I had a whole bunch to prove. You know, I've been watching these guys for a while now. You know what I'm saying? I thought I knew what I was doing.
Yeah.
And the dish was airline chicken.
Airline chicken.
I remember every component
Yeah.
to that dish, bro.
Yeah.
And most people think like chicken, it's easy. You know what I'm saying? But airline chicken, chicken period in a pan and oil, you're gonna see if you know how to cook for real.
Right. Yeah.
It sounds very simple, but it's very hard to get that perfect golden brown, not burning the chicken.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But get that perfect crust and taking it off, hitting the butter, letting it foam up, and then turn the fire off, throwing the garlic, letting the garlic, like, you know what I'm saying, aromatic, all that stuff come out. It's all science. And, you know, I didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. He was looking at me. I put the pan. I heard the crisp. It was dope. I loved it. Shh.
Yeah.
And then I looked over. And I'm like, I got nervous. Looked down. Smoking everywhere.
Yeah.
They got burnt the chicken. And I tried to keep on going. And like, basically, he didn't say nothing. He looked over my shoulder and he was kind of whispered like, "You'll never be a chef." So, and that right there was like,
oh no, I think you tripping.
I took offense to it at first.
Yeah.
Like I said, but and then I saw like, dang. That what really like opened the monster.
Yeah.
And that was the first day I realized I want to be in the kitchen for real.
Yeah.
And I don't care what nobody says.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like he actually, I don't know what his intentions was, because I even had 10 years or 12 or so years after I came back to Virginia, saw him.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I remember when you told me, I said, thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I appreciate it.
That really like brought the dog out of me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it really, it was a real emotional time for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because when you said that, I cried. I ain't lying.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, I'm crying in front of this guy too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I really wanted to do it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what kind of
propelled you to get to that next level. I love to hear stories like that, because I talk about this topic a lot, but it's almost like you need that to be said to you.
Yeah.
Because that's either gonna break you or it's gonna make you stronger. And the people who take that type of feedback and because who knows what he was actually doing. But I do that to some people too on purpose.
Cause you see it in them.
Yeah, cause I see it in them,
Uh-huh.
but I want to see how they're gonna react. You know, and some people react in a positive way, some people react in a negative way. But it sounds to me like you did the what he was probably trying to tell you to do.
Yeah.
You know, tighten up.
Tighten up.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? Because doing like this, see,
it ain't gonna work.
Ain't gonna work.
It ain't gonna work.
You know what
So,
I'm saying? So I like I said, I love that moment in my life.
yeah.
And I actually, when I came back to Richmond, like I had got a part-time job with him just to be with him. You know what I'm saying? Because guy is crazy. His intelligence of food is just out of this world. Like he's a book. Like I would go and wash his dishes just to learn from him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that would be 12 to 14 years into the game. You know what I'm saying? So
is he still like a mentor to you?
yes,
Yeah.
I talk to him here and there, you know.
Yeah.
He work out on Carroll Road, still doing his thing.
Yeah.
You know, so,
Yeah.
so he's probably one of the best chefs I've ever met. And I've traveled a lot. You know what I'm saying? So he is the best chef, because chef's not about cooking, it's about the whole thing. Cook is a cook.
Yeah.
A lot of cooks. I know a lot of cooks are better than chefs.
Yeah.
They cook better than chefs.
Yeah.
But they can't teach.
Yeah.
They can't mentor. They can't
You gotta have the whole
manage. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
gotta have the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. So speaking on, more about your culinary or food experience, what TV shows were you on? I know I know a little bit about it, but elaborate on that for me.
So a couple TV shows, Real Housewives of Potomac. It was HDTV show Selling Richmond. Real Loving Hip Hop. I was in the background. It was Love Hip Hop Miami. I was cooking with Trina's brother, Snoop. If y'all know who he is. You know what I'm saying? So those shows like that.
Yeah,
Give me
yeah,
a little bit exposure. Definitely looks very good on the resume.
for sure.
And it's really cool to see what is
Yeah.
really going on.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, so
yeah,
it,
yeah.
you know how they set it up. and
Yeah.
all that.
Yeah, the behind the scenes.
Yeah, the behind the
Yeah,
scenes.
I bet, especially with the Real Housewives.
Yeah, the tonic thing,
Yeah.
that was off the chain. Man.
Yeah, yeah.
Shout out, call me.
Right.
That was really dope. But that was the first one, and I got put on with that through Shane from Southern Kitchen.
Okay.
So I want to say when I came back to Richmond, I want to say the person that saw and understood and appreciated me and was like a mentor to me was Shane from Southern Kitchen.
Okay.
Shout out Shane.
Yeah. Or yeah. So you had the opportunity to and this is my goat.
Say less. Heard and understood.
You know, for various reasons, but to each his own. They're both great, you know, Mike and LeBron, but
All great guys.
yeah, for sure. But you also had the opportunity to serve LeBron as well.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. So it wasn't as intimate as everybody else, but I guess it was intimate. I guess the locker room. So before I want to say like for a couple of days, the Heat. I forgot what was going on. I want to say it was 2000. Where everybody was on the team though. Bosh was on the team.
Yeah. Well, in 2018, that had to have been.
So it was before 18 when the Bosh.
It was before 18. I want to say it was 2013.
It had to be after that.
It had to be after.
They had to be like
15.
16.
But I know in 16 he went back to Cleveland.
To Cleveland.
Yeah.
So wherever he went. So right before he went back.
Right before.
Damn, what's up? Maybe, all right, cool. Time is flying, bro. All right. So going right before, because all three of them, Wade was there, LeBron was there, and Bosh. And I'm just like, dang, like seeing these guys walking to the locker room, all dripped out. You know what I'm saying? It was really dope.
Yeah.
We bringing the food because before. So the concierge got all the information, like what they like, what's their favorite foods and things like that.
Mhm.
So everybody had like weird stuff, like like steak or maybe like somebody want a bag of chips. I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah.
but then like when it came to like LeBron, like the paper said his favorite food was peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Plus sauce.
Yeah.
Like
a little
kid. Like a little kid. But I thought it was cool. Got to see the locker room, you know what I'm saying? Saw the games through the bleachers. You know what I'm saying? So it was really like an experience just to be like in a room with all these people. Like, you see on TV all the time, like people look up to these people all day. Like these guys are just different. Man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I can tell like when they come in the locker room, energy is like they ain't talking, they really zoned in, really cool just to see them like in there.
Element.
On the element.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
Yeah. I mean, that's a cool experience. Like you got to see again the behind the scenes. I feel like food does that for you.
Yeah, it definitely open some doors.
Yeah.
Definitely go open some doors, man.
Yeah.
Like everybody eat.
Yeah. Everybody.
Everybody eat. You gotta eat.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you want to experience, or if you just want, if you're just hungry, if you just want to eat
Mhm.
extraordinary food.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's never gonna go nowhere.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And so
That's dope. So LeBron James, thanks to Mr. Henderson, we know we know that he likes peanut butter and jelly.
triangles.
So is there a specific type of jelly or whatever jelly he got? I want it.
You want it? That's your favorite food now.
Oh,
Yeah, man, that was like I said, like another thing about Miami though.
Yeah.
Definitely opened some doors, man. So I moved to Miami. Everybody's like, oh, my dad was living out there, and it was like we didn't have a connection as kids. It was not he wasn't there, but he just wasn't there, And then as I got older, I'm gonna send y'all to Miami. Got into some stuff back here. Young and dumb, trying to figure things out. And she bought me a one-way ticket to Miami. That's my dad.
Don't come back.
Don't come back. She's like, go out there, figure it out your day.
Yeah.
I was like, all right.
All right.
And First day, my dad picked me up from the airport. No, matter of fact, from the train station. First of all, that was a 27-hour train on Amtrak because you
Damn.
got to stop every daggone
Yeah,
town
yeah,
before you
yeah.
get down there. So
Yeah.
that was and then they said, come Wi-Fi, get in there, no Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
So I got like 3 books. I'm reading books all the way down there. I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, cool, this is ready. You gonna warm up, you
Yeah.
get your mind right before you get down there, you know.
Yeah.
My dad picks me up from the train station with his wife and stuff, and we pull out the parking lot, Lambo, zoom, drive by. First time he's seeing like a Lambo, like in real life. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Dad,
Yeah.
Lambo,
You hype.
hype. Man, time we got to the house, probably 15 minutes later. This ain't evening time, sun going down, and seeing like 12 Lambos. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a normal car.
I think I'm getting used to Lambos.
Yeah.
And I like it here. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
mine was very, very different, and the food is very different. Like I said, like the opportunities you would get in, the people you'll see is endless.
Yeah.
'Cause everybody loves Miami. Everybody
Yeah.
goes there, all over the world.
Yeah. 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 What's your favorite dish that you have cooked for a celebrity?
My favorite dish for celebrity, I don't remember exactly who it was, but I know I was going through some events and I accidentally came onto the perfect, like what today is probably like what most people know.
Yeah.
I love lamb. You know, this was like 2015. What's 15? I want to say 2017. I was working for a catering company, and then I accidentally burnt something, and it became a sauce.
Oh yeah.
Right? It
Yeah.
became a sauce, and then yeah. Then after that, like
So that's
everybody
what you
ate
know
it.
for.
Like, you know, I got called back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So everybody knows it was my ginger mint preserved lamb chops.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Yeah.
I would
Yeah. I'll have to take that one out. We'll get some lamb chops and have you.
serious,
Yeah.
10 for 10.
Yeah.
But I would say and the flavor behind that I would say is Asian, like a sweet, spicy, you know what I'm saying, savory,
Yeah.
I'm saying herby with the herbs and stuff like that. So the rocket lamb.
What did that level of exposure teach you with working with these type of people?
Definitely shoot for the stars. Don't do no regular stuff. Don't if you're gonna do something, go all out. You know, sometimes like when I say that out loud, it sounds crazy. Like, oh, you gotta start somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start up there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So I kept that mentality. I have a standard in the brand. You know what I'm saying? I do think a certain type of way. So they kind of let me know like, hey, it's okay to do what you do and how you do it because this is where you at. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of gave me that confidence, like you can do anything.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
because from like cooking on a boat for J-Lo's birthday party, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Vine Pies and seeing Rick Ross on the, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everything happened in one day. And like,
Yeah. That's crazy.
you know what I'm saying? So like,
Yeah.
yeah, just
Yeah.
be great and just shoot for stars, man.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
And one thing that I'm noticing, a lot of people who are successful at what they do is they, for one, had to go through something to get to where they are now. Like that's the whole point of the untold truth. But also the simple fact that they were probably at some point thrown in the fire and was told to figure it out. And sometimes I venture to say, I say this on every episode. I would venture to say that 100% of the time, the people that actually know what they're doing and it's a profession at what they're doing,
No,
a professional, are the people who have been through that fire.
that's what, like I said, I never say no to school.
Yeah.
But as you get out of school, you gotta have the experience.
Correct.
And sometimes the experience outweighs the school.
Oh, wait, it's a lot of
So,
yeah.
a lot of people got a head start. You got out of school. The first time I was working with people that was come out of Johnson and Wells out in Miami, and they'll come to the catering place I was working at. I'm like, you spent $80,000,
Yeah.
and I'm over here explaining something I thought that was regular. You know what I'm saying? So it's like there's a different paths. A lot of people don't get twisted. Like you go to school and then you get in situations,
Yeah.
and yeah, that's perfect. Like they have schools compared to like Yale, like in the culinary world. Like you go there thinking Harry Potter school. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So those type of schools, I would never knock it. I'll always like, say do it, but get that experience, get somebody that's been doing it for a while to give you the raw. Because in a book they'll tell you something, and then when you get in the on the line.
Yeah, it's different.
It's none of that.
It's not the same.
You gotta figure it out. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
so
Yeah, that experience piece, and I always relate things to business, but um, the way we hire at my company, it's almost like we do unorthodox. We don't go with the best resume. We don't do
yeah, because
but,
that
yeah, that can be all a facade when you think about it. Somebody got all this schooling but don't know how to actually perform the job at a high level. you know. Yeah.
said all the time, all the time.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So I mean, again, kudos to you for getting to this level of excellence. Black excellence is what I like to call it.
There, all of that.
Yeah, black excellence. Yeah. Yeah. But how do you balance creativity with structure?
Structure is really just being organized and saying what's realistic, what's that. I would like for a day for me to explain, give examples better for me. To give an example, create a menu, right?
Yeah.
So I would just walk into a store, you know what I'm saying, and create a menu.
Yeah.
But then I have to structure it out, write it out, see what really is going to make sense.
Yeah.
Pricing, flavor, this and the third.
Yeah.
And that structure, then, like I said, just write it down.
Yeah.
Write it down.
Yeah.
If you're not writing down, if you're not reading books with this situation, you be creative all day.
Yeah.
You have structure all day.
Yeah.
But you ain't got both for it.
Yeah.
If you ain't trying to get better at it, I guess.
I asked this question because, again, going back to the whole, chaos, but having structure, but chaos at the same time. But also that creativity part, like I'm able to be creative in this space,
Yes.
even though there's all this shit going on. I still gotta be structured. At some point, like for example, what you said earlier, the creativity is the cooking part, right? But the structure part is okay. I know I don't have to say nothing to this person that's next to me, but they know at this point is a cue for me to do the next thing. That's the structure piece.
And then that part is hard too, because people can cook all day.
Yeah.
But if you ain't,
Yeah.
nice. My lamb was sitting up here for 5 minutes and you got the right, so
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So
Exactly. Yeah.
that's life though.
That's lack.
That's you can use that in every aspect of life, bro. You know?
Yeah. We gonna wait for these birds to. Yeah, it's a beautiful night though.
Yeah.
In fact, this is our first time doing it. We're at my house right now. It's first time doing it.
I keep on looking at the
Yeah,
skies, different colors,
It's,
and stuff.
it's beautiful. That's like it's like cotton candy right now. you know. But yeah. So leading to the last segment here, the Untold Truth segment. What's something about your journey that people don't know?
I say I grew up in a church my whole life. Well, the first part of my child, like as a child. Um, and my grandma was very strict. Everybody know I used to get whooping all the time. Like my grandma was down on me. Patricia Henderson did not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And so like I try to be good, and I try to follow people that I look up to and this are doing like good things or trying to do good things, especially as a kid, Um being the pathfinders, like I said, there was a lot of opportunity in there for people to learn
Everything. Yeah.
everything, man.
Yeah. Like how to survive in the wilderness.
They were teaching us as a kid and we
Yeah.
thought it was cool, but now it's like second nature to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Yeah. So if they throw you on the island right now,
I'll, I'll,
you'd be all right.
I'll eat
Yeah.
and I can sleep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can find my bearings.
Yeah.
That all came as a kid, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It was great. You know, just like any situation, we look up to people and stuff like that. But this particular situation, I was you know, pathfinders. There's a lot of people that you look up to. A lot of people don't. A lot of people don't even know a brother, man. For a while, somebody that I really looked up to in the church that was a mentor was molesting me for a while.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it was confusing because it was somebody that I really looked up to, and then I guess was very young and impressionable, I guess, you know what I'm saying? And I took advantage of that.
Yeah.
You know, as a kid, it was really confusing because I just didn't know how to get him to stop doing what he was doing. And then, you know, I spoke to some of the people at church, the grown-ups and stuff, and then, you know, things dwindled down. But it was weird because, you know, how it happened and who it was, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was kind of very disappointing. I had to go be a very mature person as a child to understand what was going on. But that's probably like one of my biggest secrets that I think I can count on my hand, probably somebody know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And my biggest fear with that was for him to do it to other people, to other kids and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
That guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That guy.
That guy.
So
Yep.
like I said, watch who y'all have watching y'all kids, man.
Yeah.
No matter if it's a church, doesn't matter if it's
Yeah.
the uncle,
Big best
cousin, you know
friend.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Watch who y'all want your kids, man.
Yeah.
And it definitely took a toll on me, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It took a toll to a point where I feel like it helped me a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, to look at life different, to accept things and disappointment a certain type of way.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, then I felt bad
Mm.
for the person because they were doing it to other people,
Mm.
and it's a sickness, bro.
It's a sickness.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I had to come with all that by myself as a kid and accept that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Then it got crazier, bro. So
Well,
a couple of years later, as I got older, I was probably like 14 years old. I confronted him.
oh,
Like,
did you?
I confronted him.
Yeah.
Like, hey, yo, that, you know, basically that was fucked up, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But I forgive you.
Right. What you said?
But right in my face said, we talking about Willis? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that was just another experience in my life.
Yeah.
You know?
He doubled down on it.
Yeah, man, because I was dealing with a lot of anger, bro.
Yeah.
And I was confused, and you know what I'm saying? And it really messed me up though, bro.
Yeah.
But I think that's probably something that probably weighs on me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Weighs on me as till today.
Till today.
Till today, bro.
What's today?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And I appreciate you, you know, talking about that and with the viewers, you know, if you have watched season 1, or listen to season 1, because that's the audio, I share a similar story, and you know, just to drop that news on y'all, it's actually the same person,
Same guy.
same guy. So that's how you know I'm not making the shit up. You know, I've heard since I have disclosed that information, I've heard, oh, this guy's lying, you know, or he doesn't remember the full story, or you know, that type of shit. But no, I know exactly what was going on. I know exactly who did it, and I know exactly what was happening in the moment. You know, and that shit it sticks with you. You know, it like you said, it makes you grow up faster than what you should have. You know, and if I guess, you know, just to say to the viewers, if you know anybody that has has experienced this or going through it currently or is doing it to someone, it's time to speak up. You know,
See something, say something.
see something, say something.
You know,
You know?
it only takes one person to say something for real.
Yeah, yeah.
You know? And the type of person I was in the church, you know, that would I also didn't want to say nothing because I love my church, bro.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And that would destroy a lot of stuff, you know.
yeah,
Even now, like, you know, it's just like just telling them what happened, you know.
yeah, yeah.
Like, but I don't want to take like all the positive things that
Right,
happen in the church.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's always a yin and yang and everything.
Yeah,
you
it
know
is.
what I'm saying?
It's never all peaches and cream. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's tough. That's tough,
Yeah,
bro.
man. So, like I said, I just hope he's not out here still today
Yeah,
doing weird stuff.
yeah. And that was one of it's crazy how, like, hear you say that. That's one of my main things I want
Yeah.
to, you know, to
That's
know.
really Get everything how
Forget everything else.
it really just put a soft spot to another person I don't even know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I hope that you can. I want to feel confident enough to say what happened to me, and the people that know me knows like, if you know me, you probably already know that happened to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like if I say something, somebody else say something.
Somebody else would say something.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
You said, I'm like, you know what? That's crazy.
Yeah. That's crazy because
Hey,
yeah, same
that's it.
person.
You know what I'm saying? So it takes one person to say something to really start like action.
Mhm.
Done like that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, and then since then it's been how many people?
I'm not sure, but that's definitely double digits.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and like I said, it's just, at this point, like, you know, I grew up with my grandma, my great grandma. You know, my parents loved me to death. I love my mom, I love my dad, but you know, they were struggling when I was a kid, and thank God I had a grandma and a great grandma to help me. You know, even as a kid, I realized, you know, people running the streets, that's a sickness. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't want to be there. You know what I'm saying? So it was, you know, doing that thing. You know, I realized as a kid it was sickness. I had to realize a whole bunch of stuff was messed up, and not saying I'm okay with it,
Right.
but I had to accept it and process it
Correct.
by myself.
By myself, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's
That's tough. You know, no matter how you look at it. As a kid, that's not something you should have to process.
yeah.
You know? And again, I think you're responding to it in the way that I responded to it. You know, as positive as we can.
Yeah.
You know, for what it was.
Yeah.
You know. So what would you tell your younger self? You know, it don't gotta be pertaining to that, but what would you tell your younger self with life?
Just stay focused and just don't let anybody like tell you don't let anybody tell you like how to live or how to not how to live, but don't make a narrative of your whole life. Like don't let them direct you because I feel like, you know, my life was going to another direction because I was, you know, following somebody else's dream and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And when I was a kid, I used to be so confused, so sad, so mad, very emotional because like, you know, I was trying to figure it out. Like I said, my dad wasn't there.
Mhm.
You know, I was just figuring that stuff out. But I would just basically tell myself to stay focused and keep on doing, stay good energy, uh, and also spend more time with your family.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I would turn.
Try to tell your younger self.
Yeah, spend more time with your family because now that I'm at this age, the people that raised me, you know,
Yeah.
they're either dead or or I don't have nobody to help. Calling, hey, can you help? You know what I'm saying? So
Either
they're not here.
Yeah.
You know, like,
They're not in society.
yeah, they're not in society.
Yeah.
So
I can relate to that. You know, whether it's I have a brother that's been in jail since he was, you know, in his teens, you know, and bad situation, wrong place, wrong time, right? But at the same time, you know, again, you live and you learn, right?
some people don't learn.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I definitely lived and learned a lot. You know what I'm saying? Thank God for all the experiences, good and bad, because they definitely molded the person I am today.
Yeah.
I regret nothing.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Same.
So, like, say, like, you get thrown in the fire, you're gonna see what's gonna come out. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm still every day I'm learning. Every day I'm getting better. Every day, like, I'm just trying to do something new. Like, I'm still getting better, but I definitely made me who I am today.
Yeah. Yeah.
How I look at how I keep on going, and even my cooking, like. My life, my upbringing keeps me doing what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My grandma don't give up, be consistent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna like doing what you're doing every day. Nobody, you know.
No, nobody does.
But like, it has to be that focus and that original dream, that original like thought of why you're here in the first place. And if it's not a real thought or dream, you know what I'm
You ain't doing nothing. What are you doing? Yeah. 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 For sure.
Crazy.
For sure. So before we ask you this last question, you probably already talked about it as far as like your one untold truth, but that's your logo there, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
It's the Henderson chef logo.
Yeah.
The H for Henderson.
Yeah.
Yes, you know, so I love my last name. As I got older, I heard the power behind Henderson.
Yeah.
And even now when I introduce myself, I say Henderson. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And automatically I see the respect.
Yeah.
So This is my brand. It's clean. It's neat, like all here. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man.
That's a tough one. So you designed that?
I designed this.
Like say what?
So, and when I first got back 2020, and I was it was funny. I was going to cook for somebody, and I didn't want to just wear a regular jacket. You know what I'm saying? I called a friend of mine, and she had an embroidery machine, and she got me straight, bro.
Yeah, she got you. She got you right.
I was like, wow. You know what I'm saying? So after that, that's been rocking with.
Yeah. Yes, because I had posted and tagged you earlier. You was wearing that on the, what was that?
They did so I did it earlier today. Yeah. The other one, that's another one. That's not a red shirt. Yeah.
So okay.
The red one, that was when I was on the news. So yeah, man, the Henderson chef. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. High experience, culinary, catering company. You know what I'm saying? So I do it all.
Do it all. Do it all.
Small intimates to like, if you got the venue and the money, I can do up to 3,000 people.
Yeah, yeah, that's a lot of people.
You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people. The structure.
Yeah, that's structure. that creativity and structure there. That's what's up, bro. So I always ask this last question to everybody, and it could be about, it could be something you already said. It could be about, I mean, you kind of already disclosed something that, you know, nobody really knows about you, but what's one untold truth you want to leave with the viewers? Again, it could be something as simple as, you know, don't forget to open the door for the next person behind, you know, that type of thing. But what's one untold truth you want to leave with the viewers?
Like I said earlier, spend time with your family. You know, like I said, I'm getting older now, and I hear the people that said that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I say that because, you know, like I said, the people that were raising me when I got older and they were on that and they were sick, I didn't spend time with them.
Yeah.
And that's probably one of the things I regret.
Yeah.
So spend time with your family.
Yeah.
Go home to your kids and your wife.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Very important.
That's gonna that's people that really care about you, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
that's kind of like, I would say, like, love your family, be your family.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's a great one. A couple of people have said that now in a different way, but in terms of like how you said with your family, you know, somebody could be here today and gone tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know,
and then you sit here like, dang, I should
have said something. I should have, you know, because you know, I've talked about this briefly, but you know, my family is my family, and I don't have the best relationship with everybody, but every now and then I think about them and say, hey, like maybe I should rekindle that relationship.
Yeah.
Because I could die tomorrow, they could die tomorrow, and you know, but that's very important. Definitely talk to your family. Rekindle those relationships if you can, if it makes sense for you know, your journey. But yeah, man, appreciate you coming today. Yeah.
Honor, bro. Honor.
I appreciate that, and we'll go in here. I'll kind of see how you do things. You know, I don't know how I'm gonna be able to replicate it, but but we'll go in here and cook some stuff up. But again, thanks for viewing. Again, this is the Untold Truth Season 3. Antonio Henderson. So yes,
sir.
Talk to you later. Appreciate it.
Squeezy.